The Nintendo Switch is home to so many awesome indie games for the fact that it's portable. It's just a very intuitive console. You can have it on your TV or on the go. It's really great.
It is. It's really great.
Really great. So stay tuned, and we're going to talk about some amazing indie games on the Nintendo Switch. Wee! Hello and welcome to another episode of Game and Scotch. My name's Aiden, and I'm joined by a new guest today. Hi, James. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, Aiden. Yes, I would love to introduce myself. I am James. I go by Game Brews on Instagram. That's GameBrews. I have an Instagram account where I pair craft beer and video games.
Very nice.
It's pretty nice.
That's how we met. Because I was like, Game Brews. That's very similar to what we do.
Game Scotch, Game Brews. It's kind of meant to be.
Yeah. And I've done like content with other creators, but usually through like Skype or stuff like that. And I was just messaging you, and you're just like, I'm actually in Toronto.
Yeah, we're in the same area.
No freaking way.
Literally a bus ride away, and here we are.
No freaking way. And even talking about even more, it's like, we probably went to the same school for a bit.
We did. We probably lived in the same residence at the same school.
Exactly.
Which is pretty weird. We probably drank together before, but
this was destined to happen.
It really meant to be. It was in the stars. I agree.
It was in the stars.
Yeah.
So if this is the first time you're tuning on to Game and Scotch, we are a show that combines gaming and drinking. And today we were very lucky. We actually visited Grain and Grit today, and we picked up a few beers, and we loved their stuff, so we wanted to try something new. So this one's called the Spring Fever Oat Ale with Hibiscus.
It sounds fancy.
It's very fancy.
Yeah.
For our podcast listeners, you got like a little skull dude with some flowers coming out of his eyes. It's pretty cool. You should probably check it out. If you're in the Greater Toronto area, I would definitely check the place out. It's very it's like a family kind of.
Yeah, it seems good. They have a day where you can take your dog and get 10% off. So.
Yeah, we're there. And there's I think May 26th, they're doing like a whole dog thing event.
And you got one to take.
I got one right here.
Look, he's got a shoe.
He got my shoe.
You took his toy. What did you expect him to do?
Oh, you look so sad.
Oh my god!
I destroyed him.
That is the face of defeat. Sorry, podcast listeners, but it's
so let's dive into the brews.
So that's 5.6% alcohol.
Yes.
22 IBUs, so not
22 IBUs, so nothing crazy. Okay.
Ooh, sorry. Little
I got a little splashback there.
Yeah.
So I don't have my usual setup. Like if you guys are returning Game of Scotch, we are moving our apartments, and the island that we use just doesn't fit. So we have to figure out a new set for Game of Scotch.
We're rolling with it today.
We're rolling with it today. It's it's a makeshift. Oh, look at the color.
The color, yeah.
Look at the color.
And our next beer, it's gonna have a similar color.
Oh my god, that's nice. Can we fit the whole beer can here? Okay, maybe not.
That is very, very good smelling.
Yeah, it smells
strawberry or like some tart fruit.
Yeah, it's very is it citrus the right word, or is it very just berry? Or is it fruity?
I'm getting some malts, a little bit of berry, a little bit of fruit. Yeah,
well, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Let's see what it actually tastes like.
Oh. Yeah, I would drink this in the spring for sure. This is like a down at the dock kind of brew.
Yeah, not super strong.
No, not at all.
But I'm definitely getting a lot of berry flavors off of it. Hang on, let me go.
He's going back in. For all the podcast listeners, he's going back in.
I don't really.
Man, it's so
easy. It's almost like a cider.
Yeah,
I don't really taste a lot of an alcohol bite either.
No, it's such an easy.
It's kind of just like juice. I would recommend this one very highly. Actually,
highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, highly recommend it. Definitely check out Grain and Grit. They've got some amazing stuff there, and the people that work there are very nice. But this episode we're talking about indie games, specifically games that are on the Switch, because we thought that's where the popular platform is at the moment with all the indie games coming out. So we want to talk about, I guess, our favorite ones.
Yeah.
What you should buy. Maybe if there's any cheap games on the Switch that you want to pick up.
I mean, there's always sales.
There's Downwell, which is like
Downwell, yeah. There's a game that came out that was a mobile game initially called Ding Dong XL.
Ding Dong XL?
Ding Dong XL.
What do you do in that one?
It's literally very mobile game-esque, where you play, you're shooting this ball across one way, from the bottom of the screen to the top and then back to the bottom, and it counts how many times you do that.
Okay.
And you're trying to dodge obstacles, but as soon as you hit the button to send it,
Yeah.
You have no control over it. It's just being sent.
Okay.
It's pretty cool, pretty
That's
addictive.
sick. I'll have to
But
check it out.
I'd recommend it more on mobile because it's kind of
It's meant
a
for
touch
mobile.
screen, like easy, just like
Yeah.
So.
And we were talking earlier, like, some of the best games on there is like probably like StarDew Valley.
There's so many, and
Hollow Knight,
Hollow Knight's a big one.
Celeste,
Man, and
so many good stuff.
there's there's a lot of support from indie devs, and if you if you follow the industry at all, it seems to be the place where independent developers get the best sales too.
Yeah. Because even Hollow Knight hit Switch first before it hit PS4 and Xbox.
Yeah, so it was
It was,
PC first.
Yeah, it was Steam first.
Early access.
Yeah.
And then Switch.
I
It
believe
seems to
that-
be taking over from the PS4 as like the console indie game heaven.
Right.
Because I think you're right. Like the portability aspect is just it's just key. And the console is strong enough now that they can support these kind of games.
Right.
I've compared it to the Vita, which was kind of a failure of a console, but I think brought the idea of playing indie games on the go to the forefront, and then
Even
the
having
Switch,
like just console type games.
exactly,
on the go.
yeah, like Uncharted and,
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah, so I think the Switch kind of took that idea and was like, we're gonna do that, but also this is gonna be our console.
Right.
It's literally like, it's like my dream console. Just being
Yeah.
able to take like home quality video games on the go with you. It's kind of amazing. He's got your shoe, both shoes.
He took my other shoe. We don't usually have Daxter walking about during the podcast, so
This is it's gonna be fun.
is,
Don't unplug anything.
interesting. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. But yeah, even hearing like the sequel to Hollow Knight is gonna come out on Switch first, like exclusively to Switch.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. That was my point.
A lot of games where it's coming out on PC and Switch, where it used to be PC and PS4.
Right.
For example, The Messenger initially was just PC and Switch.
Right.
I think Gris was Gris, or however you pronounce it.
Gris?
It's like a interesting artsy sort of game.
Right.
Yeah. So PC and Switch seems to be like the way of the land now. PS4 is kind of being, but PS4 is on its last legs, so it just finds everything. So like games seem to be going PC and Switch rather than PS4, which is kind of interesting. I mean, PS4 is on its last legs.
Yeah, with the PS5 coming out soon.
But I think maybe they're I think Nintendo knows what it's doing in that it's
For the first time in a very long time.
for the first
they
time
seem
in
to know how to
very
run a good
long
business.
time. I mean, they
Being
did
consumer friendly and
they did amazing with the Wii in its own way.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Switch feels like the first console from them in a long time that is like hitting the right notes for me.
yeah, no, for
Like,
sure.
the GameCube is one of my favorite consoles of all time.
Yeah.
So this kind of feels like what could have been the successor to the GameCube.
And like some people didn't even like the GameCube, so it's just like
The GameCube's
so
really
for
niche,
some
yeah.
people. The Nintendo consoles, at least the hardware, has just been so miss. For
Yeah,
so
the handheld
long.
market for them
Yeah.
has been great. Like,
Yeah.
you can't really beat Nintendo on the handheld market.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the GameCube kind of suffered because it was up against a titan like the PS2.
Yeah.
Which had a DVD player
Yeah.
and a lot of other reasons to buy it. It's very cheap. But I feel like the GameCube is very underrated.
I
think
love
it's
the
a little more
GameCube
appreciated
for
now,
sure.
yeah.
One of my favorite games is on the GameCube.
What's that?
Melee.
Oh, yeah, Melee. Who wouldn't love Melee?
Yeah, Melee's the best.
Yeah, Wind Waker. Just
Yeah,
so
Wind
many
Waker,
so many
yeah.
great games.
Super Monkey Ball. Have you seen that Indiegogo come out for it's like inspired by the Monkey Ball kind of games?
They're not calling it Super Monkey
No,
Ball.
they're calling it
Super
I think it's
Baboon
called Rolled Out or
Roller.
something. Rolled Out, I think.
Yeah.
But it's apparently it's heavily influenced by the Super Monkey Ball.
I love these Kickstarters that are just like, we're not making the real game, but can I swear?
Yeah.
But F that, or f that.
Yeah.
We're gonna basically just take everything like with ukulele.
Yeah.
Or
It's just
ukulele.
like no one's making a new banjo game, so we're gonna do it.
Yeah,
No one's
or-
making a new Monkey Ball game, we're gonna do it.
Mega Man. I mean, Mighty Number 9 was another story.
Oh, God.
but,
Yeah, that was a
and then the
whoopsie-daisy.
Castlevania one that's coming out.
Bloodstained. Bloodstained, yeah.
That's.
And that's also a great game on the Switch.
I'm gonna buy that game on Switch. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Well,
Why
did
would
you,
I buy it
did you
anywhere?
see they released like a NES style one, and then they're going to release the real one afterwards?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
that one last
yeah.
year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
it's
was
great.
it? Yeah, it was last year.
I think it was last year.
It was-
Yeah.
That one was good.
great
Very like it could have been a sequel to Castlevania 3.
Yeah.
Very NES.
Yep.
I think I got to the very end of the first playthrough and kind of got stuck. But,
Okay.
Maybe I'll go back eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great game.
it's a great. So just moral of the story, like, I took a bus, a bus that took about an hour to get here. I'm gonna be playing Switch the whole time, going home. Like, it's just a great place to and to pick up and play like small games like that.
Yeah.
And AAA games too. Like I have Breath of the Wild at the ready and Super Mario Odyssey. Like, it's kind of hard to beat.
Yeah.
And it's already sold 33 million. It's already outsold the N64 in 2 years on the market.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And think about how many people you knew as a kid who had an N64.
A lot of people did. I thought I
just
read
crazy.
somewhere that their end goal for the Switch is for every single person on the planet to have one. Like that's their goal. So like I'm trying to think of
7 billion Switches.
What else could they offer other than gaming that the Switch could do? Like I'm just trying to think of because let's say you're not a gamer, you don't want the Switch, but they want to market to you. Like what could the Switch offer?
They could see. This is the problem with Nintendo is that I love the Switch.
think
I
big.
love the Switch.
Yeah.
But why is Netflix not on the Switch
Yeah.
yet? Like,
Why?
There's no reason
sure it
for
will
it
be.
not to be on the Switch.
They have YouTube now. That was a big deal.
That took a year.
That was a huge deal.
But yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking Labo, like with the VR,
Yeah.
maybe some VR stuff. What else could you do with the Switch? Go full on with the tablet idea.
Yeah. You could just like add on apps that you
Ebooks,
could use. Yeah. Exactly.
Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much you can do with that.
I guess we're talking about like I guess Switch is kind of king right now, but there's some things they're missing in terms of apps, but in terms of the indie game scene, they're killing it.
Yeah, I mean
Killing it.
they've kind of had to lean into that a little bit because they have a lot of third-party support first-party support.
Yeah,
But it's
they always have, but like
It's few
even
and
like
far
the
between.
it was weird. They had the Wii, which had all the support from all third parties. Everybody seemed to be even like Breakfast Cereals were making games. On the Wii, and then the Wii U they were closed off. But then it felt like the Wii was only getting a new game like every couple months.
yeah.
And then now with the Switch, they're like now we're open to 3D. to third-party developers. Like the
and
first time we see Mortal Kombat on Switch
Yeah,
in a
and
long time.
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like like with the Wii U, you had mostly just first-party support, and stuff would come out, and then stuff wouldn't come out for a while.
Yeah.
With the Switch, you got first-party support. It's not all the time, but you got first-party support, and then you got the indies.
times a year,
and then
you get a first-party game.
It's more of a good palette of games. If you're into a bunch of variety of games, I think you have more than enough on the Switch.
Because there are a few people that they're like, oh, I haven't. There hasn't been a game on the Switch that I've wanted to play in a long time.
Yeah, I'm just like,
and I'm like, you just have to look.
Yeah,
Because there's so many games on the store that you can play.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people who are saying that are into specific types of games, and,
Right.
and maybe don't want to branch out a little bit, and that's fine. If you're just into like the big AAA shooter, the Switch is not going to
get
be
a
for
Switch.
you.
Yeah,
Like,
don't do it.
That's fine. Like
do it.
I am into a lot of games and a variety of games, and I have a PS4 and I have a Switch, and like, it's perfect. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really game on PC, and my PC is not really that strong, but
I'm looking to build one.
yeah,
It might be happening.
I've thought about it.
Yeah.
But maybe one day.